Hello everyone and welcome back to the Crafty Maven Getaway. I'm Desiree's Tell here on YouTube, and please ignore the In Your Pocket Tuesday. It's actually In Your Pocket Sunday, but that is an old title and we don't title the days or the theme of the day anymore, which makes it nice. So we can do pretty much anything as being on the design team of whatever we want to do for that day is what we can do. And I have really been kind of focusing on pocket pages, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about pocket pages. Now, my process is really easy, so there really isn't too much to talk about on what I'm doing or what my thoughts were, except for how about Desiree, that cup of coffee that's right next to your layout. Yeah, I just guess I like to live on the edge because it is literally sitting on the edge of my workspace. So one little bump and it could either A, go all over my layout and I would be probably pretty upset, or be all over my carpet, which I do not want my carpet stained. That's a whole nother story though. So let's just talk about the project life or pocket pages. So recently on Crafty Maven Getaway, I have been doing pocket pages, and if you are on the fence about it, maybe possibly considering doing it, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about why I like pocket pages. Please ignore my hat. I just went running and then I came back home and decided not to even get out of my clothes just to get to scrapbooking. But I really like pocket pages. I love any type of style of scrapbooking. I truly, truly do. And there's been times where I've been hesitant about, do I want to get into Traveler's Notebook? Do I want to get into pocket page? I've always been a committed 12 by 12 scrapper. And so the one thing I was noticing is I have a lot of years, and a lot of photos to document. And I was just like, oh my gosh, if I could, when my kids move out and if they decide to take their albums, I could possibly be handing them over 30, 40 albums. And I'm sure they don't want to bring all that to where they live. So I thought, how can I kind of condense this? And I love pocket pages, and I was kind of bringing it up on my Instagram a couple of years ago, and I wish I could remember who told me this. I said, I love to do the look of project life and stuff, but my life really truly doesn't change as far as the routine when I'm back at work and the kids are at school. It is pretty much the same exact thing and the same exact story every day, except where we have changed our clothes. So, and this scrapbooker mentioned, Desiree, why don't you do it monthly instead of weekly? And I thought, oh my gosh, that is a brilliant idea. And I never did that. I then went to going, well, what if I just do my events? Like if we went overnight camping for the day and I have quite a few photos, I can lock all those photos in one pocket page sleeve. And I really liked that. This is the first time I actually did what that one scrappy friend and I talked about at that time, and that is to do a month. And I really like that. So what I do is I am really trying to have only one album per year for my children. And they each have their own albums. Sometimes I document both pages, especially if they were there at an event. So I will create duplicates of the same layout. But I really wanted to document a couple of the really more important highlights or photos that were just needed to be documented and have its own 12 by 12 spread. It might have been an absolute awesome photo. And then I took what was left. So I went into my June because I just documented on the back side. And if you follow me on my own channel, you saw that I did a camping trip, an overnight camping trip on one side of the 12 by 12. And on this side, I went into that same month and I pulled up all the photos of what we did in that 1 month, like all the highlights that I took. And I noticed that I'm starting to take less and less photos. And this is just a photo of my kids in the backyard with the neighborhood kids. They created this volleyball court, which I thought was so creative and so brilliant, because that's when I remember when I was a kid, we had to invent our own things. And I took a beach ball and they literally were playing back and forth a volleyball game. And then the next photo is of my son. He was a starfish and he had moved up to being a starfish for swimming lessons, and because I always put him in swimming lessons, I thought it was really important for them to learn. And then the next picture is of them with my good friend who I've known forever, since we were third grade. It was her son's birthday, and they were at Pump It Up, and so I'm going to document that. And then the next photo is of my son. I don't remember too much of this play. I think it was based on fairy tales, but it was all about like responsibilities, like paying your bills and stuff like that. They kind of did a spin off that, and he was one of the shepherds. And so then the next photo is another birthday party of my daughter's friend, and we went to a Menchie's frozen yogurt. So instead of having what would be 5 layouts just to 1 month, and I think the most I can get into an album is 30 pages. I've managed to tell the story all on 1 page, of 5 different stories all on 1 page, and I really like that. And that is one reason why I really have liked pocket pages. And so, will I ever give up 12 by 12? No. But I will never give up pocket pages. I will never give up traveler's notebooks, because they each have their own way of what I document. And so I'm just thrilled that, like I said, I got 5 stories all onto one side of a pocket page. And then when you turn that pocket page over, it literally is of us camping, overnight at a lake with some friends, and I managed to get all those important photos onto that other side of that spread, and it just really saved my album space. And so if you're ever considering it, I do recommend giving it a try. Does it have to be weekly? No. I love the idea of just 1 month of taking all those important photos. Is that every single photo? No, I had I think 10 photos of my son swimming, but I didn't need to have all 10 of those photos. I picked the best one I liked, and I was like, that's the one I'm going to use. And the same thing for the other photos. I had a couple more of the birthday parties, and I picked the best one. I didn't actually have any of my kids by myself. It was all of them as a group. And so I just picked the best one where they were somewhat looking at the camera, and then the other one where they have some face painting at their second birthday party. I picked the best one of him and his friend. And then that's it. So as far as the choices that I picked for my products, I have a lot of L Studio kits that are brand new that when I was a subscriber, I think it was last year or the year before. And I was just trying to give it a try, and I thought, you know what, I love it, but it's just adding more inventory to my room, and I really truly don't need any more. And then I just picked out some cards that I liked, and then I took one of their it's like their advertisement that says L Studio Kit. I can't even, I want to say branding strip, but it's not a branding, their branding packaging. And I literally flipped it over so I could use the white cardstock, because I didn't want that to go to waste. And then I'm going to create my title, or, to tell what month it is. And so I grabbed some L Studio stamps, and then I grabbed colors that would go with the card that you see right there to the left. And these stamp sets or ink pads are so old. My friend gave them to me. I think she was a consultant. Now, I've known her for 6 years, and I will say that she was never a consultant when I've known her. So they're probably a lot older than that, and they're still juicy, and they still work. And she doesn't craft at all. So I am using those ink pads to create the same colors that are going through the pocket page. And I thought I'd have it all kind of going down the line. And the stamps I'm using are Studio Calico, and they are called, let me see if I have the name of it. You know what? It doesn't say the name. It says G/W, but I don't think that's the name of it. But if you go to Studio Calico and you type in Alpha Stamps, you will see them there. It's actually one of my favorite fonts, and I'm first time ever using it, but I have been on a hunt for something like this. Somebody came out with them. And I just wanted to stamp June, June, June with all the different colors going down the line. So I'm kind of creating my own 4x6 pocket card. And then when I got done with it, I was like, okay, well that looks great, but I don't like how the other side is just blank. So then I thought, you know what, why don't I create the year on the other side? So even though I already know, because I always stamp every layout with the date, and I already know it's, you know, going to be in 2015 that I'm working on, but still I thought it would be fun just to create this card. And in the end, I absolutely love how it turned out. Now I'm getting near to the end, and I want to say that when you do see the final page, there is going to be a little bit of a blue tint to the photo. It was way worse than that. I had to do a lot of editing with what software I have with my computer because I don't have any of the other software that you could buy. But it is pouring rain here in San Diego, which we need it, so I'm thrilled for it. But it is so dark and gloomy, so it is left a blue hue, but like I said, I try to whiten it and brighten it as much as I possibly could. Okay, so I just want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this process video, and I hope I inspired you to give a pocket page a try. If you do end up trying it, I would love to hear your thoughts about it, whether you liked it, you didn't like it. Maybe this might be something that you might do in the future. But either way, I love to hear your thoughts because I love talking to all of my subscribers, including the Crafty Maven Getaway subscribers. So if you are new to Crafty Maven Getaway, definitely hit that subscribe button. And if you like my style, please head over to my channel and hope that you consider subscribing there as well. And I have a lot of fun things that I do over there, especially hidden Easter eggs, which are hidden giveaways that I like to do with my subscribers as well. All right, so thank you again for joining it. Please do check out the other ladies. There is a bunch of inspiration on this channel that just is a variety of styles that is just constantly overpouring a bunch of inspiration out there. So, all right, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.